Part 2. Azure Moon. Verdant Rain Moon. Our chosen paths. The Kingdom Army has captured Fort Mercius. Managing troops from the now stable Western Kingdom and former Alliance territory, the Kingdom Army returns to Garreg Mach to regroup and reorganize its forces. With sufficient might to challenge the Empire, the Kingdom Army finalizes their plans to march on Enbar, the Imperial capital.
Why was there so much emphasis on chosen? He was like, our chosen paths. Like, yeah, what? Oh boy, swapping items. That's what I did during the first chapter. In fact, I think, does Dimitri still have it, or did I put it in the convoy, the axe that he stole from Edelgard? Oh crap, I might have lost track of it. I might not know which is which. I mean, ever since I repaired it, I technically didn't know which was which, but just declared one to be that one. Maybe on the next playthrough. That might not be for a while, since this one's almost done, and then I'll take a break from it. Maybe I'll keep track better.
Ah, there you are. His Highness was looking for you.
Where is he?
He's gone ahead and started interrogating the prisoner, Viscount Kleiman's man. He said he'd like for you and I to be present as well. Will you come with me?
I cannot overlook your reckless remarks. Are you really so keen to lose your head?
I only did what I believed was right. I swear to the goddess that I'm not lying. Amidst the turmoil of the tragedy, Lady Patricia was supposed to be the only one who was unharmed. We had been given orders ahead of time to not approach her carriage.
Was Patricia an accomplice?
Of course not. What would my stepmother have had to gain from such a...
Perhaps Lady Patricia would have done anything to return to the Empire, to her husband and daughter.
What exactly are you implying?
For the past few months, I've been spying on lords who defected to the Empire in order to investigate rumors about Lady Patricia. Cornelia's words were true. The two of them, I am afraid they conspired together after all.
Enough of this nonsense. You say she wished to return home? That isn't nearly enough reason to cause such a tragedy.
I do not intend to imply that the two of them were solely responsible for the whole affair. They were likely nobles who opposed the king, or potentially someone who wanted to throw the kingdom into chaos. The Empire and people like Solon and Kranya had their motives too.
So my stepmother joined with them to cause the tragedy. Is that what you believe?
Ultimately, this is just conjecture based on the evidence at hand. I have no idea what their true intentions were.
I see. We will hear what this man has to say. For now.
My lord had long felt that King Lambert's radical ways were dangerous. At the time, he was approached with an offer to take part in the incident at Dusker. My lord loves his homeland. To me, he embodied justice. We were only doing what we thought was right.
And so, in the name of justice, he caused massacre upon massacre out of love for his homeland. You murdered your own king, killed our soldiers, and involved innocent citizens. And yet you have the gall to speak of justice!
I am only standing before you now, because I could no longer bear the weight of my sins.
Do you regret your actions?
No. I accept your hatred, and even the punishment of death. But I still believe it was a massacre in the name of justice.
Gilbert, lock this man in his cell.
Are you not going to kill him?
I will make that decision once I have had time to consider this man's definition of justice.
Yes, Your Highness.
Are you okay?
No, I cannot say that I am. Tell me, Professor, how well do you remember your father, Gerald?
Very well.
Soon enough, you will come to understand how painful it is to forget the faces of those who have passed on. To be honest, I cannot really remember my stepmother's... that woman's smile, nor the sound of her voice. I always told myself that I would not allow my mind to forget, and yet, all I can recall with clarity is her gazing away, so forlorn. Did my stepmother wish to go home so badly that she would kill Father and me? Kill her false family? Home, to her own blood. Her true family.
There's no way to know. Sorry, words are hard. There's no way to know for sure.
I suppose it doesn't make any difference now. I am asking you questions you could not possibly know the answer to. I am finished with thoughts like that. I am finally able to go on living without clinging to hate. If I truly treasure those who have died, then I must earnestly atone for my sins. Father, Glenn, all of the soldiers who have fallen, the people of Duscur who still suffer persecution. The only atonement I can offer them now is to take responsibility for this broken kingdom that has been entrusted to me.
Take responsibility for the kingdom.
That is why I feel that I must meet with Edelgard and try to talk to her. Do you think it is a fool's errand? Honestly, I think so too. But I must swallow my feelings and grudges, our whole history really, and ask her about this future that she sees. What she aims for once her domination is complete. What kind of justice she clings to as she fights. And why she felt it necessary to start this war. I believe that asking her these things is the true responsibility I have been tasked with as king.
How will you accomplish that?
We will march our troops to the Imperial capital. But before any battle begins, we will set up camp nearby and send a messenger. I will tell her that I need to speak with her in a safe place, without any weapons or troops. As to whether or not she will agree to my request, well, that rests solely on Edelgard.
I'm certain she'll agree.
I would like to believe that as well. You know, Professor, when we fought in Ferdiad, Cornelia mocked me and called me pitiful. But even if it is true that my stepmother never loved me, I am not to be pitied. After all, I have allies and dear friends who care for me. And now, I also have you by my side.
I have definitely enjoyed seeing how Dimitri's character has adapted over the story. Do we got our first exploration now? Is that what we get here? Sweet. Sweet, man. Time to explore. I don't think there's any certifications that I need to go for. I mean, there's no point in going for them until like the end of the month anyway. Unless I want to try multiple times for this kind of thing. Anyway, now I can finally start talking and stuff. You know? Skip the day. That's a good idea there, isn't it? We have to gather requested resources and collect several valuable secrets. Yeah, that's gonna take a while. Oh yeah, the first exploration, I plan to go up there and get the extra bonus points from stuff from the thingamabobs. Anyway, I have quite a bit to say this time. I decided to stream 3 houses this time because I'm gonna continue off of the story from last time. From yesterday when I was streaming 3 houses when I was talking about the doubles tournament. So I figured let's continue with the same series and then I'll continue my story because today was the singles tournament. And like my first game, I wound up taking that, but the ones after that I wound up losing, so I didn't exactly get that far. But the first one felt really good and I managed to do some clutch things there. The first game that I took during that first set was against a Palutena with my trainer, and I managed to flare blitz through explosive flame to get the kill. I didn't even know that was possible. I'm gonna be frank, and it worked. It was fantastic. Like both my opponent looked at each other, so surprised that was a thing that happened right at that moment. It was fantastic. But anyway, something that was really interesting was before the match happened, when I was getting called up for my pools, one of the streamers came up to me, and because I was the winner of the 2 Fragapalooza tournaments during the summer, and he asked me like, hey, do you want your first match here to be on stream, because we can do that. I was like, that would be fantastic. So So the 2 games that I lost were off stream, so there's no footage of that anywhere. But the game that I won is on stream. So fantastic. Hello, intro. How's it going? Hello, hello. Anyway, so yeah, everyone there was also super polite. Like the first game I won against a Palutena, and then the game after that I faced a Diddy Kong who I lost to, and then I faced a Ness who I also lost to, but it was a really close game there. And everyone there was like super polite and super helpful. Like the Ness, for example, after he beat me, like right after the set, he taught me how to SDI out of PK Fire. I was like, wow, thanks, man. That's super kind of you. Like everyone there was really, really nice, and like I was telling them that it was my first time there and such, and they were all super welcoming. Like it was really cool actually. Like I was talking to one person there and he's like, yeah, a lot of people see the competitive Smash community as just being like really salty and really mean, but like we're not really. We're all we're all nice guys, you know? And they like I didn't run into a single person who like I didn't like. Everyone there was really, really kind. It was a really cool event to go to. I usually don't have the chance to go to a lot of Smash events. Like I know that there's weekly ones that go on at my university, but that's like really late on Fridays, and those are valuable stream days because I have things to get through. I have 3 houses to get through, for example. I got things to do. But freaking, I guess I'll do this with Dimitri. This is such a weird thing that they added, this sauna thing. Anyway, yeah, between my second and third game, I forget how this thing works. I sort of remember. I only just did it yesterday. You have to like get it onto the black bar there or whatever, and this like increases the amount of skill points that you get from trading for this month. It's kind of wonky, but okay, it'll help my units grow faster, so let's do it, I guess. Okay, it's perfect for Dimitri, so I'm just gonna go because it'll go past for Dimitri otherwise. Is what we'll do. Look how hyped he is. He's so hyped about getting refreshed there. Anyway, between my second and third games, somebody sought me out. I forget who it was. I think it was just one of the players who was sent to go find me with like a description of me, which I think Carvia gave in the stream chat of like tall little guy with long hair and a black and white hat. And thanks for the follow, Abu Mosh. But anyway, they apparently on the stream there, the streamers were asked if they could interview me, like, and I looked at the VOD later because I heard that from someone who was watching the stream. Apparently the chat was asking about interviewing me. So I went and I checked the VOD, and who could it be but Carvia, my training partner, and Abu Mosh, my doubles partner, at the helm to freaking ask the streamers to get me in an interview on stream. So somebody sought me out and basically told me to go over there when I got a chance. So I finished up my second game, got eliminated from there, and then I went over to the streamers. I didn't want to interrupt them because I was in the middle of a game, so I figured that they were like commentating there, but they were like, yeah, just come on over, and they like minimized the game pretty much and started talking to me there. And yesterday with the 2 streamers, at first I thought like maybe they didn't recognize me from Frag, or maybe they didn't like me or something like that because they didn't seem interested in small talk at all. But maybe I thought completely wrong, because when they were talking to me on the stream there, they clearly remembered me from Frag and were like, you know, super easy to talk to and, you know, impersonable. I guess that's the word there. Who do I want to give extra skill points to this month? Wait, I should probably feed everybody first before I go to the sauna, actually. Use my activity points for that to make sure everybody has max motivation first. So yeah, because my training partner and my doubles partner together were asking for an interview for me, I wound up getting interviewed there. And the streamers, remembering me, one of them left and went to the back, while the other one basically tried to pull a stunt on me by basically asking me a whole bunch of random questions that he made up on the spot. His first question that he asked me was, if you were a dog, what kind of breed would you be? Like I asked him after the fact if he had like some of them come up with beforehand, or if he came up with them on the spot. They were apparently all on the spot. He asked me what kind of floor tiles I liked better from hardwood and some other kind that I forget what it was. He asked me if I could go anywhere in the world where it would be. He asked me what kind of sauce I liked on my spaghetti.
Years ago, Dagda and Bridget attacked the Empire.
He asked me all sorts of
Their final target was
wonky
the capital,
things.
but they were countered at a port town long before they reached their destination. We
My
spent a lot of
answers
time
weren't the
going
most
back and forth
creative
so that
because
we
I was
could
kind of
see
confused and I was like, what do I say here? And eventually the streamer who had left came back and I was like, oh, we're just messing with you. We can cut out that act now. We were in the back like laughing at that. Like, I was like, oh, okay. So that was
If so, then our
that was
strategy will be to gain
unexpected.
control of the streets,
Uh,
and then assault the
I always
castle.
talk to everybody during the
Street
first
battle
exploration
followed by a
because the
castle
voice
invasion.
acting is good, but
It's just one battle after another.
I mean,
It'll be
I'm kind of
tough,
talking over it,
but we have to win. For Lady Rhea.
but you know, so that started happening and then games started continuing. So I was like, oh, should I, you know, skedaddle? And they were like, oh no, you can stay here and commentate as well because you know much more about Smash than we do. And one of the things that I did write in the email to like the constructive criticism that I wanted for Frag on like input on what they could do differently, one of the things that I wrote in the commentary there was the commentators weren't very familiar with the terminology of the game there. And in the email, I don't know if they asked me to commentate because in that email I wrote, and I went out of my way to say it was half jokingly, half serious, that I could help with commentary because I have commentated Smash stuff before for crew battles. So I don't know if they asked me because I told them in an email that I'd be willing to commentate and that I was familiar with it, or it was just a spur of the moment thing, or maybe like a mix of something like that. Yeah, really, exactly. Let's go to the Holy Tomb here first for some items because I'll forget otherwise, and then I can keep ranting about things without talking to anyone. So all of a sudden they were like, nah, you can stick around and commentate. So I was like, oh, okay. So this is a chance I'm probably not gonna get again in either a long time or ever to freaking commentate a competitive Smash eSports tournament. So for 2 hours I was commentating that before it cycled out to some casters of the competitive Smash community who clearly knew a lot more than I did, considering they were talking about all the players and like their habits and different mains that they've had over the years and where they're from, stuff like that. It's like, okay, yeah, I can't do that. That I do not know. They are clearly much more of an expert than I am on these things. But yeah, it was really cool getting to commentate for 2 hours on that. And like, that's a, hey dude, how you doing? Yeah, that's not a chance it's gonna come again. All because I was asked for an interview from my training and doubles partner. That was so wacky. And one of the wackiest things that happened while I was commentating that is my Smash 4 main that I had for 3 years, that one of my emotes is done after, of literally my skin that I used, the one with the flower, that Jigglypuff there. Maining Jigglypuff for 3 years in Smash 4, character I'm very familiar with. I commentators cursed the Jigglypuff today. Like, one, I don't do a lot of Smash commentary. I have before, and I figured like the day would probably come when I might wind up doing it again, but it might not be for a while. But I figured, like, I'm probably not going to be commentators cursing anybody, probably ever, just because, you know, that's such a rare thing to be saying something right as it happens in game, you know? But today, in a series of very strange events, I wound up commentating an eSports Smash tournament and commentators cursing my main for 3 years in the worst possible way that a Jigglypuff could get commentators cursed, getting her shield broken. Like, I don't know which one of those things is more absurd to believe in my head. The fact that I commentators cursed my main I had for 3 years in literally the worst possible way, the most memey way of getting the shield broken, or the fact that I was commentating over a freaking eSports Smash tournament for 2 hours. I don't know which one of those is crazier.
Returning to the monastery brings back so many memories from 5
Yeah,
years ago.
what? You know?
I believe we only spent a year together here. So much happened that it felt a lot longer than that. But it was all so
I have no
exciting
idea how to feel
and so
about that
much
today.
fun. Honestly, I think those memories are what's kept me fighting this long.
Cool,
What
Ash.
was that year like for you, Professor?
I don't know. It was a lot of fun.
I don't think I could ask for a better answer.
Cool.
Let's all do our best to survive this, so we can come back here when it's all over.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know that's what I'll be doing.
Anyway, I found the timestamp for it and I clipped it. I can show it here. Look at this. This is me commentators cursing one of my own kind here. With my freaking black and white hat there.
And we also haven't seen any Bowser down B, which
Pause the game.
is a risky move.
Hold on, I'll pause the game so it's quiet, and then I'll also listen to that scream there.
And we also haven't seen any Bowser down B, which is a risky move to go for. Like there it was.
There it was, yeah.
It's a risky move to go for, but it's a shield breaking move, and breaking Jigglypuff's shield
is game.
I can't help but laugh at that, like every time I see it. Like right as I say, and it's a shield breaking move, Jigglypuff immediately has her shield shattered and is out. That set is over. Like, what the heck kind of weird, twisted set of events somehow led to me being a commentator for this freaking event. Not only that, I wound up commentators cursing in the worst possible way. How does this happen?
And we also haven't seen any Bowser down B.
What the heck was today?
To go for. Like there it was.
There it was, yeah.
It's a risky move to go for, but it's a shield breaking move, and breaking Jigglypuff's shield
is game.
I love listening to the crowd in that as well.
And we also haven't seen any
Oh my goodness. So that happened today. Like that was something I was not expecting to happen today, but somehow did. I'm still flabbergasted over that. I have no idea. What the heck?
I'm thinking the war is near its end, then it isn't. When can we finally put this dreadful war
I don't know.
behind
I'm
us?
too distracted by what happened today. Let's end it with the next battle.
That would be wonderful.
I can't.
Imagine the last.
I can't pay attention to Fire Emblem right now.
Peace.
Though I was just playing it yesterday.
I want to make this a world where there's no fighting. Where children can grow up happy and safe.
So yeah, I know that several people from my community here were stopping in, like if they'd seen me posting that through Discord that I was doing that. So I hope people liked my commentary that I was doing there, because that's probably not going to be happening again. Now my doggy's here to see me. Hey, want to come see me? Hey, hey, what have you brought me? Have you brought me this turtle that you pulled apart? Hey. Jeez. It's completely strewn apart.
Sir,
My, oh my.
might be in the city.
Now she's happily chewing on it.
I don't have many good memories of her, if I'm being honest, but she's dearer to me than my father. If you happen to see her, please make sure she's not caught up in all the fighting.
Alrighty.
She's only a civil servant, so hopefully she takes a cue from her Bernie and stays inside.
I better go to the greenhouse, see what's growing. Anyway, that's basically most of my story for today. What the heck is this freaking congregation of cats? What do you like, a turnip, kitty? Apparently they like turnips. There, enjoy the turnips. What other crops do we get? Harvest, cool. Yeah, also, because I was... Yeah, oh, yoink. Give me those Albanian seeds that I'm never gonna use. Because I was kind of helping out with some of the background stuff with the whole shebang there, I guess. I was privy to some inside information behind the event.
I wonder what the Emperor looks like. I bet she's really
Yeah.
scary. Oh, you don't think
Yeah.
so? I've never seen her, so I was just guessing. She tried to destroy the kingdom and the alliance, and order the capture of the archbishop, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone who could do such terrible things just has to be really scary looking.
I guess I'll give my shtick behind the stuff. Behind the tournament there in a sec.
We're heading up to Embar next. I hope I make it back safe so I can tell my little sis about it.
Because the voice acting in this game is good.
Opera house there, where Manuela used to perform. What was it called
Beats
again?
me. Oh, dang it. Oh, now that I see it, I remember.
Ha! That's the one. My little sis always goes on about how much she'd like to see him perform. I know we can't see a show, but do you think we could at least see the building?
Maybe. Maybe. Let's go feed people. That always motivates them for lessons before classes. Let's go feed them. Let me through here! Are you okay, there we go. Let me in here. Anyway, yeah, so this was the second set of tournaments where the first 2 were during the summer. So there was 2 that went on at Fragapalooza that were sponsored by PCG, and then there were these ones that happened at PCG, which is Pure Canadian Gaming, so at a casino in one of their showrooms there, and hosted by, like, basically Fragapalooza putting it together. So PCG was the one this time that hosted the venue and the one that supplied the prizes for both of the sets of tournaments. So it was PCG that, if I move my freaking RingCon thing for Ring Fit Adventure, so like it was PCG, for example, that paid for this Chromebook here, for example, and where is it? I was throwing things around to like get to things. I am so sorry for bumping my mic. The freaking Chromebook and the headphones here. So like it was PCG that was responsible for that kind of stuff. My oh my, geez, that run speed is fast. Oh, running around the monastery there? Yeah, it's pretty darn good. But yeah, so as I was talking to them there, so it was PCG that put together the prizes for both and was hosting the venue for this one, but all the work was done by the Fragapalooza people there. So apparently they had to figure out how to get enough switches for that. It was like 18 switches that were put across the back, I believe, and then there was like a couple other ones, like the main one that was done on the projector, like the stream one, stuff like that. So the people from Frag had some switches themselves, and reaching out to the Smash community, apparently they were able to get 8 switches from that. I need to adjust my microphone now after my head bumped it. But they were still short some. So apparently some of the people from Frag had to buy an extra switch for themselves. Like, some of them have a couple switches now. I think there's one guy that might have 3 now. Like, they were telling me that apparently one person that was helping out with that had 2 switches, 2 new switches, and was bringing them with Smash Bros to work every day to help to work on unlocking all the characters to get ready for this tournament. And it apparently took them 2 weeks. Like, that is some dedication there. Eat food to get motivated. So that's insane. Like, the fact that they had to, you know, pull money out of their own pocket to get more switches and then put in the work to unlock all the characters for this event, plus setting it up and taking it all down. But the amount of work that went into it, I felt bad, so I stuck around until the end to help, like, dismantle things. But it looks like me helping to dismantle things for what they gave me was basically just wrapping up a couple controllers and moving one monitor like 30 meters. So it's like, ah, dang. I wish I could have been more helpful than that, but I thought that counts, I guess. Sylvain, Cyril, Dimitri. Yeah, Dimitri for sure has to get motivated. I gave him the extra points there. Does Dimitri not like any of the dishes? Okay, there we go. Freaking bada bing, bada boom. There we go. Yeah, so a lot.
I agree.
Oh, dang it. I should have listened to that. It was actually a unique conversation. But yeah, so there's a ton that goes into it then. And also, it seems like the tournaments didn't actually go the way that they expected them to in terms of who showed up. So apparently the contact with PCG, between Frag and PCG, was actually the easy part. Like, PCG apparently wants to get more into the kind of eSports scene, more into that kind of thing. And this event it sounds like it was very much a kind of demo their showroom there. And because I doubt that it was to advertise, like, the fact that it's a casino to, like, you know, young gamers. Because how many of us hit up casinos, you know? Yeah, it feels like it was mostly to advertise their showrooms. Apparently they're making another one down in Calgary, and they might be doing stuff like that there. Apparently this was a bit of a test run to see
Once you set out on your next mission,
how it works out.
You won't be able to have a proper meal for a while, right? You should eat up while you can. Build up your physical strength to prepare for the mission.
But apparently the people that were, like, actually setting everything up, the Frag people there, didn't really get that much out of it, apart from, like, $5 off food coupons. And that was basically it. Like, you could argue that there was, like, some Fragapalooza advertising with people, like, you know, being exposed that, hey, Fragapalooza is a thing that exists, but, like, I don't really know how much it, you know, advertised for that, because I don't really know how many people there would hear about this gaming event and be like, okay, I'm for sure gonna go to that, you know?
We'll be heading for the capital soon.
It's
so much rests on this moment.
So it doesn't really seem like it benefited Frag much there.
Take the capital?
It might not end right away.
You're probably right. But we'll get there eventually.
Hold on, we'll listen to these two conversations first.
The future is waiting at the end of all of this.
Actually, no, I won't. I should finish that thought. I was mentioning how, like, the people who showed up weren't quite what they were expecting. So apparently being in contact with, between PCG and Frag was the easy part, from what I heard. And they knew that the second set of tournaments would be at the casino, so they knew that that would just be 18 plus. That volunteering came in clutch though, what the people from Frag there, because they did a really good job putting that together, honestly. Like, the only complaint that I would have would be the commentary with them not knowing, like, the Smash terminology and still calling things like final hits, like final smashes, stuff like that, and other things like that. But they expressed that to me. While I was off stream, like, while they were interviewing someone else and I was talking to one of the streamers off stream, they were expressing to me, like, we don't know anything about Smash. If you want to help out with commentary at, like, even future Frag tournaments, that'd be great. And I was like, wow, I would be honored to freaking be able to commentate Smash tournaments at future Frags. That would be incredible. Like, I don't think I mentioned that earlier during my rants. So that was something that I got offered, and so it'd be really cool if I could. They were asking if I could have, like, some input and be able to help out with those events at Frag, because considering the first time at Frag this summer, it was a bit of a mess. If I'm gonna be frank. So the fact that they asked me that was like, wow, I'm freaking honored. Jeez, I would love to do that so much. Like, that's really cool. But yeah, so the volunteering by the Frag people there was absolutely incredible, with my one complaint being the commentary. But they knew about that. That's why they were asking me to help out with commentary for a while there, and I was like, I will gladly take this opportunity, thank you so much, you know. Anyway, they knew that the casino would have to be 18 plus, so they figured with these two sets of tournaments that the casino one would be like the slightly more competitive one, with it being like adults only, and Frag being the one of all ages with that big gaming event. That would be like the more casual ones. And that is what it was at the end of the day, but there was like no overlap between the groups at all. I did not see a single person today or yesterday that I recognized from Frag apart from like the staff. I think I was the only like, as far as I can tell, I think I might have been the only person who participated in both the Frag tournaments and the PCG tournaments. Like, I might be wrong. There was several people. Like, it's possible that I wouldn't recognize people. But out of the people that I faced at Frag, I didn't recognize anybody there. Like, there could have been some people that, you know, were eliminated in other parts of the bracket there during Frag that I didn't get the chance to see, but...
When the war is over, everyone will be busy with their own lives. But let's all meet up again someday. Right here at Garreg Mach. You, His Highness, my father, our monastery friends, the knights, everyone.
That's a great idea.
It was just a silly whim I had, but I really love it. Oh, and I'll bake a bunch of desserts for it. Reunion sweets. All we have to do now is
let's go do it.
Let's get to it, Professor.
That'll be easy peasy considering how broken my units are. Anyway, yeah, I think there's a strong chance that I might have been the only person who attended both the Frag tournaments and the PCG tournaments. Like, so when I was talking to the Frag people there, that's probably the biggest way that the tournaments went unexpectedly. Like, it didn't go the way that they had initially hoped. The initial hope was like, everyone can participate in the Frag ones, and there'll be like a decent amount of, you know, participants there. And then probably the more serious ones from Frag will go over to PCG and hop into that, and we might not have a lot of new players come to that who weren't at Frag. But what turned out happening instead was everybody at Frag would just kind of participate because they were there anyway, I guess. And the one at PCG was like almost 100 people, just completely filled from like the competitive Smash community, coming and playing in such a high level way that I had, let's face it, no chance in that tournament.
So desperately to speak with Edelgard, just as we're about to fight.
Like, the skill level of players who showed up there was like,
could it be that the prince is having doubts about killing her?
I mean, it's only a formality.
I suppose they're the only ones who fully understand the extent of their relationship.
But yeah, you never heard of Frag until this tourney? The only reason I know about it is because of a cousin my cousin who volunteers there, who, as I've mentioned before, was the one who, I didn't mention it on stream, but I mentioned it at the venue before, the one who 3D printed all the security stands there. At least I went 1-2. Oh, for like wins and losses. And now my doggy's here to see me again. Hey! Hey, how are you? Hey. Here, there, jeez. You brought me your, like, turtle stuffy thing again? Hey? Can you come here? Oh, jeez, gross. It's so slobbery. Oh, dang it. It just fell behind my studio light. Can you go get it, or do I have to get it unstuck for you? Come here. Go get it. It's behind my backpack. Oh, dang it. I probably have to get it unstuck for her. Dang it. Oh, it's gross. It's slobbery. Oh, now what in my laundry basket? Jeez. Now I gotta put my headphones back in. My 2 sets of earbuds. One for my desktop, one for the game there. But yeah, anyway, I only heard a frag through my cousin there, who knows I play Smash, and he was like, we have Smash tournaments there, you want to come along? I was like, okay. So I came along and I won both of them. So I was like, oh. It wasn't quite what I was expecting, because I'd never been to a Smash tournament before, so optimally I wanted to... I don't know a lot of really good players locally, because all the good players I know are online, basically. They living in the middle of bumblefuck nowhere, where I can never play them one-on-one just on one console itself. So I was like, okay, I want to find people locally who can consistently beat me, because I've yet to do that, because I've never gone on my way to do that before. So that's what the frag tournaments were initially meant to be. I thought it was going to be a more competitive thing, where it's like, alright, time to really challenge, like really challenge myself. Like, face somebody who's so blatantly better than I am that I have no chance whatsoever. But that wasn't what happened, and then I was like, oh, I guess that'll be the PCG ones. So I went to the PCG ones, and that is what happened. That is exactly what happened.
A king who's responsible for Fodlan's future can't exact personal vendettas and have a cold heart.
Like, the Diddy and Ness that I played against, for example, they were so spicy, let me tell you. Like, hoo boy, they were really good players. Like, this was a really good opportunity to experience what it's like to fail. It was great.
I used to
Sounds really weird.
I only followed her because I didn't want to die. But afterwards I felt so ashamed I wanted to die anyway. I still can't figure out why I did it. Anyway, I'm glad you did what you did.
Thanks, man.
From now on, I'm going to devote myself to the kingdom and fight for what I believe in.
Cool, man. I should go pick up some more Master Seals from the market there. Anyway, yeah, so like I was saying, they were expecting some overlap between the 2 tournaments, but instead it was like 2 completely different groups of people that attended each tournament. So it was like, the people at Frag were just like, oh, so that's interesting. Made them clench a few times, considering you barely play Smash as much as them. Even you might have a point there. Thanks, Abu. Yeah, the Nest that I was playing against, when I told him that after he had won and I told him that was my first tournament there, he was like, yeah, you definitely have the fundamentals down really well. Like, and he was telling me, like, you should totally come to these weeklies and stuff. And I was like, maybe from time to time. But, you know, it's kind of hard with scheduling and stuff. But yeah, everybody there was, like, super kind.
Professor. Nothing to report.
Speaking of kind people, the gatekeeper.
Really picking up for this final battle, huh? Even I'm starting to feel tense.
Yeah.
Enbar's history goes back 1,400 years.
Whoa.
That even predates the founding of the Empire. It's one of the sacred sites of the Seros faith, so it's a pretty big deal. But hey, no need to worry about the monastery while you're fighting the final battle. I've got it covered. I'll defend it to my last.
Oh, gatekeeper. How much everyone loves you. Anyway, I'm losing my train of thought because I keep talking to people in game. I keep losing what I'm talking about. Hey, this guy says. It'll come back to me when I talk to this person.
While on some business, I went to see how the kingdom capital is getting on. There are still some things to work out before it can be restored, but generally things seem to have calmed down.
it's on its way to resuming its old energy. I think this will end up being a better kingdom than before.
Yeah.
I really believe that.
Hello there, he says. Let's go steal things from the stalls, because apparently I can do that. But yeah, that's, when it comes to the difference in players, that's something I learned from the one weekly at my university that I went to. I went there because I was looking for a doubles partner, because I figured I probably shouldn't be asking my partner from the frag tournaments, considering he doesn't actually own Smash or Switch, and he probably wouldn't be that interested in going to a more competitive tournament with me. I was like, let's maybe not bother him. Like, he was still a really good player. He used to be into competitive Melee, so even not like having a lot of experience with Ultimate, he was still really solid. I got lucky having him as a doubles partner in the frag tournaments, but still I felt like I shouldn't bother him with that there, because I figured he probably wouldn't be interested. So I went to the one weekly there trying to find a potential doubles partner, and apparently every other week they have like paid tournaments with like a money prize pool based off the money that people paid for entry, and there's like free ones, so it alternates between like free and paid is what it apparently is. And I went during one of the free ones. Apparently there is still a small entry fee. I don't know what it goes to. I don't know exactly how it works, but apparently people were telling me there, like, if you're looking for a doubles partner, come during one of the paid ones. That's when all the good players come, because they come to, you know, make a quick buck because they're good enough to place high. So I feel like that's the same kind of difference between frag and the PCG one. Sweated meme week. Difference between the paid one and the free one. Seems about right there. But yeah, it felt like that was the difference between the frag one and the PCG one, is it felt like, you know, people at the frag one were doing that for fun, though it was also more so people who were there anyway participate in it. I feel like I was one of, if maybe the only person who came to frag specifically for the Smash tournaments, instead of going to like experience frag primarily. I do admit I did mainly go for the Smash tournaments. And the one at the casino there was the one with the big prize pool that like a ton of like highly competitive players go to, you know, make a profit.
Once the dust settles,
so
it'll be back to rolling in fat stacks of gold for me.
So I feel like the difference between like these weeklies, for example, between like free and paid, where apparently people who come for fun come during the free ones, then all the ones who are like really good and want to make money off it go during the paid ones. I feel like that's probably the words are freaking hard. That's probably a similar connection between the frag and the PCG ones. And that's why there was probably not that much of a, you know, connection between the people who went to the frag one and the people who went to the PCG one, with me potentially being the only one.
It's such a relief that we've made it this far without having to fight my father.
You have to face him at some point.
Are you trying to scare me? What if he turns up while we're charging the capital? But still, I wonder what'll happen to him if we win.
Anyway, yeah, so I don't know if these events are gonna go on. Hey, silly doggy, how you doing? I don't know if these events are going to like continue between frag and PCG together. Why is my phone suddenly on with Siri? Stop. Now she's happily chewing away at that turtle stuffy there again. Yeah, so I don't know if they're gonna do any tournaments together again, considering this didn't quite, like, both of them were like successful tournaments in terms of like how many people showed up and participated in it and stuff like that, but there wasn't quite as much of a mishmash as they had hoped, you know? Like during the frag ones, there was basically no competitive players. Like, depending on what you define as competitive, like it might have, like in terms of people who were actually training it before that with other competitive players to prepare for that, I feel like I might have potentially been the only one there. And then at the PCG one, it felt like there was almost no casual players. Like there were some there from what I heard, but yeah, during the frag one there was basically no competitive players, and during the PCG one there was basically no casual players. Like they were going for like primarily that feel for both of them, but they were expecting there to be some mishmash, so it didn't quite
He intends to speak to the Emperor?
go as expected there.
She's his stepsister, I know, but this seems risky.
You're against it?
No, I'm not. I'm sure he's thought it through. If the two can settle this diplomatically, that would be the best way out of this mess. No more bloodshed. Let's just hope he doesn't become so overwhelmed with emotion that he's unable to strike her down, should the need arise.
Anyway, yeah, so, like, if they do work together in a future year or something like that, maybe they'll try to incorporate aspects that'll help, you know, mishmash things more, considering there was almost no mishmashing. It's probably the first time I've ever used that term. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see, but apparently Frag is still planning on putting together more Smash tournaments. I was asking about that, and apparently they've actually been doing it for several years now. This is just the first time that they streamed it, because apparently PCG wanted it to be streamed and stuff, because it was advertising for this event this weekend. But if it seems like the only person it advertised it to was me, maybe.
Attacking the capital means crossing swords with the Emperor
Potentially.
himself.
Maybe there were some more people at the event this weekend from Frag, and maybe I just didn't recognize them, but
I hope you won't be caught unprepared.
I don't know.
I've heard that she'll stop at nothing in the pursuit of victory. Be careful of that Hubert, too. The minister of the Imperial household. They say he's a cunning strategist.
But yeah, so it wasn't too big of a success from a working together for a mutually beneficial kind of thing standpoint. The tournaments both had like good turnouts and such, and were both fun to participate in as such. So for that aspect, it was a success. But the aspect of collaborating and helping one another out of Pure and PCG, that's the same one. Pure and Frag together didn't seem to go that far from
our ancestral enemy. But
the impressions I got.
that man is going to be the king. I don't see any harm in lending him my blade. I believe that we can forge a proud new kingdom. As you can tell, I'm expecting great things. I won't forgive you if you lose.
My dog is just sitting right there staring at her toy, expecting me to throw it. Fine. There you go. Oh, it's so gross and slobbery. Yeah, but apparently they are still planning on doing Frag ones in the future, which, as I mentioned before, they were asking me about like helping set up and do like commentary on, which would be really, really cool. And if that winds up working out, I look very much forward to that, because that sounds like a really cool opportunity. Even if it's like a really casual tournament where everyone's button mashing, it's still a... What are you doing, my dude? Some people, the nerve of some people. How are you doing, Ignatz?
Put the finishing touches on this
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're wrapping up this playthrough.
Look without the backdrop of death and destruction. I can't wait to see it. On the other hand, I'm terrified of what the future might hold. Who knows if I'll survive the assault on the capital?
You will, because you're not coming along. Because I haven't trained you at all.
Pardon me.
Pardon me, he says.
A magnificent canal flows through downtown.
This guy's just
Emblem.
staring.
It's said to have
Oh, he's
been
walking again.
constructed under the
Good
guidance
mind.
of Saint Saros before the Empire was even formed.
Apparently, he doesn't really.
Ever since, that canal has been a major
Mind what he's
lifeline
doing.
for the capital's development. And now this is how the Empire repays it. Truly, no good deed goes unpunished.
Yeah, so that was that event in a nutshell. I guess that's mostly my rant. There wasn't a whole lot that went on else-wise. Though, there was one thing that I can also mention. There were a few items that were given away that they just did like random draws from, like random number generator, like roulette wheel kind of thing for a random name from the participants, which was like, there's like 101 people at the start or something like that, so you had slightly less than a 1% chance of, you know, winning something when they went for it. And if you're still here, Abu, freaking Abu wins the first thing, which is a stream camera. It's actually the same type as that camera right there. It's my secondary camera. That kind of camera right there. And then somebody else wins something else. I forget what it was. And then a big ticket item gets raffled off. Not raffled off, drawn off. And it's a Nintendo Switch Lite along with a case. And freaking Abu wins that too. So, and they didn't want people to win more than one prize, so the camera was swapped for the Switch Lite. And it's like, what the heck?
We've got our own ideas about justice. And so does the Empire.
I think it started at 101 people. I'm pretty sure I saw that numbers that they had there go over 100. So literally less than a 1% chance. And you did it twice. And you want to switch light today.
Coming?
It's insane.
It's not just a battle between us and
Like, what the heck?
It's our ideals that are fighting. Whoever wins will say they were right.
Man,
the
oh
other
man.
side was wrong. And I get it. That's how it goes. But no,
Like, how'd you do that?
So we'll fight to the death to prove the other guy's wrong. It won't be an easy battle, but let's make sure we come back alive. Right, Professor?
Literally proof that it was rigged. Went for the first item, but the moment there was a better item in the switch light, just rigged that one too and traded it for that. What a rigged draw. Less than 1% twice in a row.
Fighting in the capital?
Can't believe it.
And we're fighting against Edelgard. Double, but with you leading us, Professor.
Oh, what a wacky time.
Yeah! Woohoo! Fighting!
Man, the characters in this game are so vibrant.
I'm just shouting to relieve the tension, but I'll be fine.
But yeah, I know that you don't actually have a switch of yourself. Of your own, though. Of yourself. Don't have a switch of yourself. Don't have a switch of your own at the moment. So you were thinking about, like, getting an actual, like, regular switch yourself and, you know, giving the light to a sibling. Is that still your plan, or do you think you might actually start using the light? Because, yeah, with the light, you can't be doing stuff like this, like I am right now, playing on a screen in front, since it's just the handheld. And that's actually the first time I've seen a Switch light when you open it up. It was actually really cute. It was smaller than I thought it would be. Like, I know it's smaller than the main Switch there, but it was actually a pretty cute little thing, honestly. Like, that thing can fit into a pocket, like a really deep pocket and like all the way to the top. But still, that thing can fit into a pocket. I guess that's what they were going for with it being a handheld only. But yeah, that's still your plan, still planning on getting a regular Switch? Like one of the newer ones that has the longer battery life than the ones when they initially came out. Like, I got mine on release days, so I don't exactly have the better battery life. That thing's too small for your hands. It's so cute, though. Oh, my dog's coughing over there. You okay? Oh, she's pretty relaxed on the side there. Freaking. Look at her. Look at all the stuffing she has everywhere, from ripping apart that little turtle, and now she's like so happy with herself and just relaxed. Oh man. But yeah, hello Cam, welcome back. I asked this earlier before the VOD started, but did you enjoy my commentary earlier, Cam? Carvia says to hug my dog. My dog will growl at me if I do that. She hates affection. But yeah, things too small for your hands. It's awkward. You want one of those updated models? It's good. Yeah, it makes sense then. But the light is so cute. You did enjoy it. Thanks, Cam.
I'm sure Lady Rhea is on tenterhooks waiting for me to swoop in and rescue her.
Probably.
I was just kidding. Pay me no mind.
But yeah, if I...
not waiting for me, I know. No matter how much I might wish she were. She's waiting for you.
Aw. Yeah, if I had to guess, I'll probably never get the opportunity to freaking commentate an eSports Smash tournament. So, that was cool. But yeah, you were watching my palette guide. Oh, nice. Are you by chance playing any DBD here or there? Is that why you were doing it? Or you just wanted to see like one of my older, most highly edited videos? I think that might be my most... No, that wouldn't be my most highly edited video. That would be the PMD2 music collection, because I made the cutscenes be in time to the music, so it plays the whole thing out like a movie there. That one took a long time to make. Okay, that one's my most highly edited video. The palette guide might be close second, because that thing's like 48 minutes of just palette knowledge crammed in. And that's a short time for all that. I originally wrote a 20-page script for that video, one that covered like all the palette stuff that you could do with every killer in that game. But then the video was already 48 minutes long at a 10-page script, so I was like, okay, I'll cover this on killer-specific guides. And then I never wound up doing that because I don't have the time, but maybe one day I might do that.
Sorry,
because
I'm not the fighting type. All I can do is lend you the stuff you need.
Because with Smash Bros, whenever anybody discovers anything, they share around the knowledge. And it's so easy to find it all over the internet, all kinds of tech. But DBD, people tend to keep the knowledge to themselves, and it's usually casual word of mouth that it goes around, so it doesn't go around too fast. So Dead by Daylight is literally like the perfect game to be making guides for, because that's knowledge that like either nobody else or very few people are like sharing out there in that kind of format. But yeah, this, what is this, the palette guide? Oh, that's the PMD2 one. Yeah, this one. This is the video that probably took the most editing out of any video that I ever made, because not only did I put together a whole bunch of music, like a whole bunch of remixes from that game, but I did it in order of like when they appear in game, and have the whole game from the playthrough that I did last year, a year and a half ago actually, play on this. Come on, load. Freaking, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? Play. I'm trying to prove a point here. I'm trying to get something across. Hello, Carvia. I'm apparently 32% boosted today, huh? It won't play. It won't play it. Dang it. Give me a phony link cam. I'm on to you. I'm on to you. But yeah, I should get a DBD gang up and bully baby killers. Okay, that's the best thing to do in the Switch version of DBD. If I'm gonna be frank, it's, you want to do that
goddess for your safety.
To the best, and then do it in the Switch version.
Return, okay? Mostly so you can pay me back for the
Like,
stuff you borrowed.
the last time I played DBD on the Switch, I played against a doctor who didn't know that he could shock or vault windows. So I just went back and forth over the same window on a Coldwind map, and he didn't know that he could vault. He kept trying to match me on the other side. It was hilarious. I couldn't believe my eyes that he didn't know he could vault. It was incredible. Oh man, remember Carvia's being a rebellious mod? How so? How is this? Also, Carvia, I'm on to you. Freaking calling the streamers to interview me. You and Abu freaking conspiring to get the streamers to interview me, which somehow wound up spiraling into me commentating an eSports Smash tournament for 2 hours. But yeah, 1,000 kilobytes, 30 frames per second, the Switch version, of course. Okay, it goes less than 30 frames the moment you swing as a killer. Like, if a survive, especially if they start doing circles around you, it'll decrease its frame rate so much. I don't have time to leisurely wait for the future, even if it means resorting to violence. I want to end this war as soon as possible. Is that selfish as me? How to end the war is important too. Let's just do our best out there. The steady approach is actually the fastest in the end. How to end the war is important too. What, you didn't like that? Aww. But yeah, hey Carvia, do you like my commentary earlier today? My freaking Smash commentary, what do you think?
But please ensure that His Highness survives as well.
Yeah, I'm on it to do.
Fodlan's future would be in peril if we lost him. I would not be able to go on.
Well, I'm just now noticing how tall to do really is, seeing him next to Gilbert here. Jeez. Leave it to me.
Thank you.
Leave it to me, man.
It matters not how just our cause may be. In the end, war is nothing more than organized murder. I understand the desire to reach a conclusion, but we mustn't overlook the sins inherent in our deeds.
I'm well aware.
Sorry. I have a tendency to preach.
As I've been doing for the past almost an hour.
So much. And in return, we have taken much from our enemies. I pray we can put an end to this cycle of violence.
Yeah, we will soon. This playthrough's almost done, then I can like move on to other things. Hey, Dimitri.
Our next battlefield will be the Imperial capital. There will be no turning back. If you have any unfinished business here, you had best settle it before we depart.
Yeah, as the game's coming to a close. There's not enough time. Leave it to me.
I knew I could count on you. Good luck.
Yeah. Also, speaking of doing that in DBD, I'd probably also be going against inexperienced killers on PC, considering I haven't played for quite a while now, and I want to cover that event that's going on at the moment. So my rank's gotta be super, super low. Oh, I missed somebody over there. Let's go talk to them. Is what we'll do. Yeah, so my rank's gotta be super, super low, so I'd probably just be going against the newbie killers. So, you know, I'll have fun looping them around one tile for like a minute.
I'm so glad you were assigned to the Blue Lion House, Professor.
That's the one I
We made it this
chose.
far, thanks to your guidance
Meh.
and leadership. There's a bitter fight ahead, that much is certain. You have my lance.
Neat. We're counting on you.
Yes, let's do this together.
Alright, I always gotta talk to everybody. Wow, there's actually people in the dormitory this time. There usually isn't. There usually is not. Running, 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 running. Zigzag, they'll never expect it. Hello?
Professor, at last. The end is nigh. I love the Empire. Part of me wants it to survive, but I know that is not reasonable. The Empire's time has come. The kingdom is battle-scarred, the Alliance is in tatters. People must be terrified. The world is crumbling around them. What we need now is a mighty leader who can rebuild Fodlan and rule it as a single nation.
Yeah, man.
Yes, it saddens me that we will not have an Adrestian Emperor.
But yeah, not strong enough to stay up. Guess you're a part of the week, so you're gonna head off to bed now. Have a good stream. Alright, thanks so much for hanging out, Abu. I appreciate it. And thanks for being an awesome doubles partner during these tournaments. I had a really good time. Hope you did as well. So thanks for helping make it an awesome weekend. Hope you have a good coming week. And maybe see you in DBD the coming week. Maybe.
Glory to Vargas. Of course, to be perfectly honest, I would have much preferred to march against the Empire at the head of the Alliance. But I suppose I have claws
Thanks,
for
man.
denying me that satisfaction, don't I?
Well, I mean, I also didn't choose your house when I started this file. So I guess it's my fault. But yeah, hope you have a good sleep.
Well,
What do you have to
it
say?
can be tough, you know. But if you've got your friends to help you through, it can be a lot easier. Maybe you butt heads sometimes, but that's okay. That's how you build bonds, right?
Yeah.
And I've got friends, Professor, plenty of those. It's true love that seems to have passed me by.
There's still hope.
But where is my true love to be found? Where is my ray of hope?
I should have said you should give
At
up
this
just to see
point,
what she would
I'm
say.
just hoping you stay single too. Then at least we can share each other's misery.
Does it give me the prompts again? No, it doesn't. I was about to say, if I could see the other options, that would make me so happy. Oh, I thought I could talk to somebody there. I was wrong.
I was born in Enbar.
Cool.
My mother and father met in a church there. Not too long after, I was brought into the world.
I wish Flane's clothes would at least change after the 5-year time jump.
I do not
Why are you still
understand
wearing a
how
school
war can
uniform?
happen in such a precious place. It is most regrettable.
Hey, Linhart.
When you think of it, as one approaches the end of a war, the sacrifices only grow larger, don't they? The winning side musters their forces and attempts to strike a decisive blow, while those of the losing side make desperate attempts to turn the war in their favor. Neither side will give. I only wish we'd consider those who lose their lives in that struggle.
We're far from safe ourselves? I don't know.
Yes, exactly my point. Let's be careful to ensure we don't lose our own lives, Professor.
Yeah, I chose the right answer that he liked there. 'Cause I don't want to say things like it's necessary sacrifices. I'm not the kind of person that would say that. Crest Analyzer, what do we have here? Rest of Flames, whoa.
Enbar's streets are paved with unhappy memories, Professor.
Where are they now?
I've avoided the
What time is it? Oh, it's
ever
past
since
midnight.
I abandoned my nobility. Swore never to return.
12:34 a.m.
Now here we are. To return in this manner. Well, I can't say it is something I ever imagined. Especially as I'm returning to end the Empire. What a strange feeling. Breaking one's history.
Running. Hey, Leonie.
At last, it's time to face the Flame Emperor, Edelgard. I know that the future of all Fodlan rests on this battle. Nothing else is more important. But for me, this is personal. For Captain Gerald's sake, I'm going to give it all I've got and more.
And more. Fancy. Who do we have over here? It's Eloise.
Here we are, facing the final battle with the Empire. It's been a long, difficult struggle. We have to get Lady Rhea back. And we have to crush the Empire in the name of Captain Gerald.
Yeah.
He's watching over us now, protecting us. I know he is.
Hey, Sedith.
Rhea will be somewhere in the city. I wonder if she can sense us coming. The battle will soon be upon us. Let us both be at our best for what is to come.
Alrighty. Hey, Marianne.
Dear goddess,
What are you praying for?
For your safety.
Aww.
I'll do all I can to survive. But please, please don't die out there, Professor.
Aw. Is there anyone over here? Yeah, there is a couple people. We've got 2 more people to talk to. And we'll talk to everybody, as I always do.
Whenever I think about how we'll be seeing Lady Rhea real soon, I get happy and really get cleaning. We'll get there for sure, right? We'll see her again?
I mean, based off my first playthrough, we'll meet her for sure.
I just gotta believe Lady Rhea is waiting for us in the capital. We just have to find her.
Just find where she is. Hey, Petra, you're the last person I have to talk to.
I need to be speaking. 5 years ago, Edelgard said a thing to me. Bridget is a vassal of the Empire. But she also said I always have the freedom to be choosing whether I am with or not with her. I will become the ruler of Bridget. So she said I must make my own path. So now, my path and her path will be colliding.
Okay, now we go to the new building and we get this bonus skill point gain where we can. I'll do it for like as many units until my unit reaches the +4, I think. So who for sure wants, dang it. Let's see here. Who for sure wants some more skills? I already did Dimitri there. What do I want on to do again? Maybe I'll bring Tadu in. I don't know. Okay, definitely not Felix. You just needed Defiant Crit, so maybe Ash. Flying, I don't know. Yeah, a few people could use a few things, huh? Ingrid for sure not. Beats me. Dadu, yeah, let's focus on the units that are, you know, part of this house primarily. You can focus on the other units during their routes there. Jeez, Dadu is tall. Bringing increase that steam. Increase it real good. Oh wow, that went up fast for Dadu. Increase it. Oh, increase it. More steam. I need even more. Stay longer. Whoa! It just went past? What happens here? Do we get a... Oh, no. I was about to say, do we get a cutscene of being passed out or something? I feel dizzy. Do I not have a buff anymore from the thing at all, I wonder? I don't know, Sylvain. Sure. Okay, freaking... Look at Sylvain. So focused. What? Are you kidding me? It went up by that much for him? Stay longer. Oh, crud. One more. Okay, it's perfect for Sylvain now. There, he's all hyped now. Yeah, I know I could have stayed in longer, but then, like, Sylvain would overheat. And I can't have that. I don't know. We're just gonna give it to a whole bunch of units. I don't know. Beats me. Increase steam. I mean, if it was accurate. Oh my goodness. To steam, then it would mean my download would go from 5 minutes to 5 days. What, are you kidding me? Man, this really sucks for my unit, huh? What the heck? Let's see here. Maybe Elizathea help get Wrath on her before the end of the game. Because you only have this month and the next. I would love to get Vantage plus Wrath on her. Considering she's so fragile that one hit and she'll be under half health anyway. So Vantage plus Wrath on her sounds incredible. Whoa! Why can I never sync it up with my unit? Maybe I should select, like, wait longer first. Will that affect anything? Okay, for sure not with Ingrid. Maybe Mercedes. I don't know, maybe Marianne or something? Cyril's done, so I don't have to do anything with him. I don't know, maybe Marianne. I don't know if there's any skills that I specifically want to give to Dorothea this time. Like, what happens if I select stay longer first? Oh, jeez. I wonder if there's a guide on, like, optimal use of this building here. I wonder. Like, what's the best way to go about using it? What if I just stay longer twice now, or something? Dang it! I can't get mine up to the perfect amount. Maybe I should just focus on my unit, the next one. And just... whatever happens, happens for whoever comes with. Okay, sure. We'll use the extra activity points next time for training for my unit. And hopefully we'll have a +4. Okay, I'm just gonna focus on my unit this time. Sorry, Mercedes. Whatever happens, happens. For ya. Increase that steam. Increase it even more. I swear if this goes past. Ah, perfect. And it didn't go past for Mercedes either. Okay, thank goodness for that. Look at that glowing. Cool. We now have a +4 for the month. And a whole bunch of +4s for other units too. Sweet! Guess we'll see the support conversations. This is just, oh, it's the second one of this.
Your Highness, thank you for everything.
This is sudden. Why so formal? You are not about to tell me you intend to leave the army, are you?
Oh no, it's not that. I just had the chance to return to the capital on military business. It had really been a long time. Life's pretty hard there right now, but its old vitality seems to be returning bit by bit. If it wasn't for you, I'm sure things wouldn't be looking so promising. So...
Come now, no need to exaggerate. Do not forget that I abandoned them and fled once as well.
You had no choice. If you had remained in the capital, you would have been killed. If you keep thinking so dark and gloomy, you're gonna end up looking just like Father.
Annette, you probably do not realize, but over those 5 years, I took many, many lives. I slaughtered generals and officials alike with brutality you would scarcely think a human was capable of. And as I have intensified my fight with the Empire, how many people have fallen in the capital? My hands are already dripping with blood. I cannot be forgiven.
You really are a lot more like Father than I am. Before Father left us, he used to say similar things. I don't want you to end up like him. So, I've been thinking, when this war is over, I was wondering whether I could help you with your work. Of course, I don't know how much I'd be able to support a king.
What are you saying?
If I leave you to your own devices, you'll forget how to laugh. We can't have that. You won't be able to do what you have to do with such a miserable look on your face. So, if you'll have me, I'd like to stay by your side. If you're sad or suffering, I'll just starve you until you muster a smile.
Starve me?
Hey, you weren't supposed to laugh at that part. I thought a lot about this.
Sorry, I could not help myself. Certainly with you around, I will not have any cause to frown. By all means, join me, Annette. And never lose that sweet smile of yours.
Yes, I promise.
No, Annette, you should be with Felix. I guess that's the only one. Oh yeah, I gotta go get Master Seals. I actually remembered this time. Wow. I actually remembered this time. Isn't that incredible?
Seems like once the
I actually remembered to get Master Seals this time. When was the last time that happened?
Is that the one?
Yeah, it looks like the stat boosting items don't refresh, huh? Sure, 7 Master Seals. I don't care.
Come back soon.
Okay, let's finish exploration.